Hi, I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over at Lithia Toyota Redding, California. Behind me, I have the second most off-road capable 4Runner built today. Almost as much equipment as you get in the TRD Pro. Behind me is a TRD off-road premium package. I'll be right back. A couple of years ago, Toyota started building a different trim package that came off what was called a Sport Edition, and came up with the TRD Off-Road Edition. And again, going into the 2022 model year, they will have another Sport, but they will keep this TRD Off-Road. This TRD Off-Road has almost all the equipment that you find in the TRD Pro. Most of the TRD Pro stuff after this is mostly appearance package. This one also has the kinetic dynamic suspension system, which gives this better moguling, better articulation on the wheels, and a better ride when you're off-roading. Comes with the differential lockers, the crawl control modes, I will go over that, and the physical gear shifter to shift it into four-wheel high or four-wheel low. Let's go up to the front here. If we were in a Pro, it would say Toyota right across this whole thing. We're still going to get the Toyota badging because this is not a TRD Pro. And below this is where we have our radar systems for our Toyota safety sense, for our adaptive cruise control and smart stop. It does now come with, there was a complaint in the past, but now we do have LED lights front and back. So we have LED stop lights and LED high beams and low beams and LED fog lights on this vehicle here. Coming up on the hood, there is a hood scoop just like the TRD Pro. It is faux. It's just for looks. It doesn't do anything at all other than just look at you there. And then coming up into the windshield, we have our camera system. Again, that's going to detect vehicles and pedestrians. Up on top, this one is equipped with a moonroof sunroof and roof rack crossbars. That now is an option. In the past, they used to make, when you got into the higher levels, the moonroof and sunroof, not an optional thing. It came automatically. They found out that taller individuals were having a head height clearance, so now you could get this optionally equipped in the TRD Off-Road. These are the standard TRD Off-Road wheels. Now, different areas of the country take off the OE rims and put more aggressive tires on them. In Gulf states and South states will do different things. Here we don't do that. So you would have to buy it like this and then change out your rims if you want TRD rims or other rims, custom rims, and put your aggressive tires on that. But these are still a nice tire that's very capable. And then let's go ahead and go up to the mirrors here. We do have turn signal indicators with color-coded mirror caps on this. And then we have running boards. This is one of about 3 styles of running boards out there. This is the normal style. There's one called a Predator Tube Step, and there's also a metal version of this. We do have a proximity key. This is push start here, so we can walk up to this handle here. If I want to lock it, those 2 notches there, I could just push these notches. That locks it. Unlocking is just putting my hand on the door. That unlocks it. Let's go ahead and go to the inside. Now we have the Softex synthetic leather. Toyota's putting in most of their vehicles where they use a leather product. It's a synthetic product. There is a few vehicles like the Limited 4Runner does have natural leathers, but we do have some of that Softex with the red stitching here, give it a little bit of a better appearance. And then we do have power seats for the passenger side, except for they're not 8 or 10 way, just standard 6-way power. And then you get your TRD embroidered into the headrest there, and there's really nice bolstering. These are very comfortable plush seats. Get some of this nickel polish, and Toyota's been doing this gloss black polish here. And then we got up here, this is still a hard dashboard, unfortunately. And then there's the physical gear shifter and the TRD gear shifter. That's pretty much the same TRD gear shifter you're going to see in the Pro. And then let's just look around there. Let's go ahead and let's move to the back here. Go over to the window sticker. So this is a TRD off-road with the premium package. Again, the premium makes it with the leather, and then it has also the moonroof sunroof, which is another additional option to this vehicle. Everything as it sits, this MSRP is $46,929. You can get this. It doesn't have the kinetic dynamic suspension system, KDSS for short. That's $1,750, and the upgrade power tilt moonroof sunroof is another $630 for that. And then it has something called the Wilderness package, so I'm not 100% sure what that has in it. We're going to go again up to the top. We have roof rails along with the roof rack crossbars on there. I believe that holds something around 150 pounds if I remember right. We're going to get some TRD badging on here, telling you it's a TRD off-road. And then going to the back, we have wind vortex generators here. Then scrub off that bad air, clean up the ride, and make the driving a little nicer. Let's go ahead and go to the back. And in the back here we have class 4 tow with 7 and 4 pin prongs. This could tow up to 5,000 pounds, so a decent sized boat. We also have a shark fin up there for our XM radio. Our safety connects is all part of that there. And now let's go ahead and open up the hatch. This is Naughty power liftgate. They don't have that in a 4Runner at all. So TRD models do not have a third row in any case. So if you're looking for a third row, SR5, SR5 Premium, or Limiteds are your options in the third row. And I guess the Sport Edition will probably have a third row option too next year, because that's going to be based off the SR5 platform. They have a Venture Edition that's based off the TRD platform. So again, the Venture, these TRD regular, TRD off-road premium, and TRD pros will not have that third row. They all do come with this 400 watt power inverter in here. Ours are outfitted with both carpeted mats in here, and we also got a first aid kit, all-weather floor mats, and an all-weather cargo liner in this one here. So that's how we have this outfitted out. A lot of people do like to camp out in these. Those seats fold down to virtually flat, and then there's an air mattress that they make from certain companies, that brands that fit that pretty well, so you could sleep in the back of your 4Runner. And a lot of people like to do also roof rack or a rooftop tent, and that's a pretty popular item now. Couple ways to close this. If you're taller like me, you could grab the here to pull down. I always just pull on the lip. There's also a handle right here for people that are shorter to grab. They grab this and pull that liftgate back down. Let's go ahead and go to the driver's side. We do have our fuel on this side. No release from the inside. It's just a manual door. And then again, those plastic running boards. Let's come to the back, and pretty good room. Let's move the lock box that we keep the keys in out of the way. This is a 5-passenger. They cut the back seats out, and I had that seat back there for me, so you can really tell 6'2", and I still have a good couple inches the way it's cupped out. Head clearance, just enough head clearance for me. Then you get some air vents back here, but no air controls, and a couple of USB ports for your rear passengers to have power up their electronics and recharge stuff. And then let's take a good look at the front there. So good and roomy and spacious. And then we got our moonroof sunroof up on top. Toyota does not offer a blind spot monitor in this one. That's been a complaint, but this is an off-road vehicle, so turn your head and look. So that's what I'm going to tell you. Stop complaining about little ticky-tack things. We do have, again, the soft text with the red stitching, and try to tie everything in. We got a couple bottle holders and storage pocket down there. Then you have your typical things you see in every vehicle. Power windows, power mirrors, power locks. That's all standard. And let's go over to the dash, and we'll have a few extra goodies here. So that thing looks like a headlight, says auto. That's for your auto dimming high beams. Gauge dimmers are there. Your power mirrors. Heated windshield wipers, and your 400 watt inverter that has that plug back there, so you could do camping things, or you're at tailgating or something like that, a bunch of different things. And then you have a much more adjustable 10-way power seat with power lumbar support on this side here, and these are heated seats but no ventilated seats in this model. Let's go ahead and get inside. While I'm getting in, I'll back the camera out so we could take a look at the steering wheel. This is a more basic setup for Toyota. There's a lot more vehicles that have more gadgets and things now for less money, so Toyota needs to catch up. But we have our radio controls here, our toggle for our driver's information center, which is pretty archaic. Picking up and hanging up our phone. They're all in here. Our lane departure alert and adaptive cruise control. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Power start. All I need to do is put my foot on the brake and push the power, and it's going to turn itself on. Alright, let's zoom in on here. So Toyota provides you, the driver, with a variety of different things here. We have average fuel economy. It's only got 10 miles, so we don't have any right now. 6.4 miles a gallon, average 5 miles an hour. Average run time's been a minute 44. You got miles to empty here, and then you got your eco meter. Toyota does that just about everything now, telling you how good you're driving to get the best fuel economy. And temperature gauge up there, of course. And then we go to the next screen. We got a digital speedometer along with our analog speedometer and tachometer. Fuel gauge and temperature gauge are on here. Then we have sway warning. If you keep swaying too much, it'll tell you to take a break. And next screen we got over here, we have our steering angles and all that. Tire pressures, it's not picking that up because it hasn't been driven enough yet. And the next screen from that is compass coordinates. I think that's a waste. You could do something else with that. And I'm sure the next generation is going to have a lot better infotainment for the driver here. Your radio information's on here, and then your Toyota Safety Sense, which doesn't have much. So you have your lane departure alert and adaptive cruise control. It's a two-set system here, so we have a toggle down here to start the cruise control, and then if I want to set that, I'll just push this button right here, and it's going to give me 3 bars. That's for 3 seconds of pacing behind a slower vehicle, 2.5 and 2 seconds. And then last screen, let's go back out, arrow out, and last screen is no message. So there's a problem with this vehicle. It's going to tell you what's wrong with this vehicle, and that will become your only screen. Will be that one there if something's going on. Then you have also your lane departure and pre-collision. Very archaic Toyota Safety Sense. They're much more advanced even than a Corolla has way more than that now. Something they definitely need to step it up on. Let's go ahead and move over to the infotainment screen, the big screen here. And we have a new 8.1 inch, which in 2020 grew from a dinky little 6-inch. We lost our CD player. It also gives you integrated maps on here that are also no longer supported with a SD card. They're now satellite updated, and so it will update the maps all the time. And then you could also get maps through your connective services through Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It also supports Waze maps. So home screen is going to give you a 3-panel. It's going to give you your audio source, your phone connection when it's connected, and half of your maps. Menu here, this gives you all the stuff here, like for directions, audio, phone, more apps. Your project, this is where your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come in. Your vehicle info is on here. Eco traffic alerts are on here. So this gives you, again, your eco history. And then you have traffic and weather updates on here. So this is a HD radio signal that will give you all this information now. So that's pretty cool. So most markets will have that. If you're in a small rural area, this may not work. We didn't even have this until, I don't even know when. It didn't work until I just accidentally found it was working here recently. But I know when we first started getting these HDs, we didn't have it like 2 and 3 years ago. So, and it may just came along in the last year. So that's something that's available in most markets. Let's go ahead and look down. Toyota's always loved to do this. These big silver knobs, power knobs, volume knobs, you name it, they've done it. And then you have air controls, very simple here. So fan speeds on this side, temperature range on this side, flows on this side, AC inside, outside air, rear defrost, heated mirrors here. We have our primary USB port down here. This is for porting in that Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, another power port here. Inside the center console down here, we have another power port there. This is our gear shifter here for shifting into 4-wheel high and 4-wheel low, and then you have a 5-speed transmission paired to a 4.0 V6 engine here, so then you could sequentially shift it and also just put it in regular drive. Little pockets here for cell phone and other storage are in here also. Coming down, you have this faux carbon fiber look here. They leave a pocket long enough for a cell phone, another drink holder here, another drink holder there. Our multi-range heated seats, and then this button. This one's a special button. No one else has this in the industry except for Toyota. Never seen it, so I imagine it's proprietary. They probably have a patent on this. This rear window completely rolls down, so let me show you that. Let's turn this around, and you could roll that window all the way down. That's great for the puppies. You get the fresh air. With the moonroof, sunroof, it's like you kind of are outside, so it's kind of nice, somewhat like a Jeep. So that's a nice feature to have. Lock-in glove box on here. Again, you're getting it kind of like a nickel type polished on there. Let's go ahead and move up to the top here. We have our auto dimming rear view mirror, and then this is where all the special stuff is. This is what makes the TRD off-road the special vehicle it is all your off-roading stuff that's available. A-track, just an easy way of saying it gets through slick mud and snow, finds a way to break the wheels at different times and make itself maneuver through things. You have our garage door memory sets in here, rear diff locker, so you have a manual diff locker, and then again you have these crawl controls for different terrains. You have a terrain selector and a speed selector, so you could go pick your type of terrain you're in, and then basically it's like cruise control for off-roading. Pretty neat thing. So then we have incandescent reading lights and dome lights on this here. LEDs would be pretty nice. That's a simple fix for anyone to do. And then you got a power slider for both moonroof and sunroof. I'm not going to demo that. We all know how that works. One last button up here is an SOS button. That button is for emergency services. So if you're ever in an accident where airbags deploy, they will be reaching out to you asking if you need help. If you're ever in an emergency, you could call them. Also does roadside assistance on a trial. Stolen vehicle locator is part of that on a trial too. We got sun visors here with the lighted vanity mirrors. We have extenders for your that spot. It always seems to get you in the sun there, so you have those extenders. Are really nice. Again, I'm Mike Hamilton at Lithia Toyota. This thing's a dinosaur. It's been around in this form with the same powertrain, same body, and same seat configuration with a couple facelifts over the years, but since 2010 through 2021, going into 2022, it's the same vehicle, but it's still highly sought after. It's the most it's one of the most reliable SUVs there is on the market, and the #1 resale vehicle in its class. Matter of fact, there's no SUV, and matter of fact, it ranks number 2 or 3 every year in overall resale. A lot of people buy these things and have like actually traded up and actually got all their money back, and in some cases, the recent times, even more money than they paid for them. Extremely good vehicle for the combination of both off-roading and good long drives. Like a lot of people trade in their Wranglers just for that reason. The Wrangler's not as comfortable on long trips. It's more off-road capable in the but most of that's not the stock edition. The people are always, oh, my Wrangler does such and such, but they got 15 grand into all the stuff they put into it. Comes off the showroom floor. It's not the Wrangler you see on the road with the big wheels and the lift kits and the winches and all that. That's 15,000 to 20,000 extra on that. This could get off-road just the way it is and do quite well. I mean, not extreme off-roading. You would have to do things to this too, like lift it, put extra aggressive tires on it, and winches and things that you would need to get yourself out of sticky situations. But again, when you want to take a long trip, I live in far northern California, and I've gone down to Southern California on long drives. This is a way to go if I was going to be in a combination vehicle that's going to give me that off-road capability that I would want to have, but also the comfort of a nice plush vehicle that's going to give me a nice, quiet, smooth, comfortable ride that's not going to put me in a seat position that's going to make me get cramped up over time. Again, I want to thank you for watching my video. Have a great day.